Well, good evening, Ranger football fans. Sadly, due to South Metro video restriction, we are only able to do an audio broadcast tonight, but we're not going to let that get us down.
We will try and paint an audio picture for your pleasure.
Well, and last year, this is what we had to do for all the away games. Mm-hmm. They were just on a lesser way of finding the game. So I have no problem with the way that things are set up currently.
Right. So I'm Joel Geist, and this is my friend and confidant,
Noah Casa.
Noah Casa.
Sorry, I was adjusting the lights. Lakeville has dimmer switches in their booth.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, you know, we've lucked out. You know, they've the past two have been amazing. First time here at Lakeville, and man, have they been great hosts. Last week we had great hosts from Roseville. And, you know, here in the conference, that's all we're trying to do is be gracious hosts to everybody else, as well as hope for gracious hosts for us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tonight, your Forest Lake Rangers take on the Lakeville North Panthers here in the final game of the season on a Wednesday due to MEA, as it always is. But a great season so far. Rangers just looking to put a cap on this one, tie it up with a bow.
Yeah, I mean they've had a great season. Clearly, one of their best in 25 years, maybe 25 years so far.
Something like that, yeah.
And they could tie the record of that team. I believe that team went to state and won state that year.
They didn't win state.
They did not win state. Okay.
They went to state.
They went to state.
I think it was their one and only state appearance.
Okay.
For Forest Lake, but. Couple storylines for the game tonight. We were told just before the game, and it's been confirmed, that the starting running back, wide receiver duo that also double as the team's two best corners are inactive with injuries tonight. So hopefully Keegan, Hoyt, and Johnson can take extreme advantage of that, and the Ranger wrecking crew can bottle up that backup running back that who knows how much experience he has this year.
Right, and I mean it's one of those things. You never know. You never know. You might have some standout that was on the bench and never played and never got any time, and all of a sudden he comes out and he's an absolute monster. So you never know. I mean that does typically bode well for a team looking for a win. That their running back and their receiver that also play corner are out, so that's 4 positions for 2 players. That makes it really tough. That makes it really tough for the Lakeville North coaches to replace 2 guys like that. So all we can hope for is a good game, and hopefully no more injuries.
Yeah.
For both teams, we want to see everybody get through, and
if we can get out of this one
game
unscathed into sections, that would be a huge win in itself for the Rangers.
Right. And, our seeding looks like it's going to be pretty good.
We might have a home sections game this year.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
A home sections game in one of the best stadiums.
Oh, by far. We were talking about that on the drive over. We have not played at a stadium nicer than Forest Lake yet this year.
Yes, so thank you to Forest Lake taxpayers.
Yeah, exactly.
You have built a world-class stadium worthy of this Rangers team.
Absolutely. So, looking at the stats for Lakeville, their running back with 554 yards on the season. The backup, Sam Riplinger, only at 258 on the season. So,
okay,
a little more than half
the
yardage.
Right.
But, he'll we'll see what he can do.
But, I mean, 258 as a backup running back, that's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid.
I mean, if you were to look at, like, say, in Forest Lake's range, if you would look at, like, Emmett Hauer's numbers, his numbers are going to be definitely not even close to half of what Panthers would be.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference is that, Zeidler runs a lot more than a lot of other quarterbacks do. So, that kind of takes up, if Patzer's out or on the running game, that kind of takes out a little bit of that, switch them up running back role where they just bring in like Emmett Hauer and Saltness came in last week. But those guys don't see a ton of time, and when they do, I mean, they have been great when they have come in.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things you never know. You never know. This guy coming in could be an absolute monster.
So, on a different note, I spent most of my day on Saturday compiling a little spreadsheet here with some stats and records of Forest Lake. Now, big disclaimer. Huge disclaimer. I can't stress that enough.
These stats
These
have
stats-
air quotes.
Yeah.
All of them have air quotes on them. They may or may not be somewhat in the ballpark. I guess you could call it more so not an equal sign, but more like an approximation.
Yeah.
Like the little squiggly approximation line. These are approximately the stats.
So this is, I know I double, triple checked my math, Mr. Madsdorf, I promise. It was easy addition. That's all it was to compile everything. But my sources for the stats is strictly MN Football Hub, because prep sports stats seem to be horribly off. So this is only off of MN Football Hub, and their stats only go back to 2011.
And they're only compiled by the home teams that we played at. Therefore,
well, I think
depending
for
on
the most part, they're recorded by team. They're reported afterwards.
Okay.
But, so according to all of that, currently right now, Keegan Zeidler sits second among Ranger quarterbacks since 2011 in season passing yards.
Okay.
He's behind Sean Smith by a couple hundred passing yards. I wrote that down. He would need 189 yards to pass Sean
Okay.
as the most successful passer that we have had here since 2011.
Well, that's very doable.
He has already passed Sean when it comes to touchdowns thrown this season. He's at the top of the leaderboard with 6. Behind him he's at the top of the leaderboard with 8. Behind him with 6 is Caleb Casa from 2020. That one has an asterisk because the COVID year got shut down early, and they missed 3 games. And then Colton Trapp behind him. A big kind of thing that I'm seeing is the Rangers have been a very run-first offense ever since the high school started. And now we're starting to get into the passing, so it doesn't surprise me that our past 4 quarterbacks are the best in school history. Quotation marks.
Right.
Yeah.
And, let's, you can look at some more stats here, and if you want to throw out some more stats. But I'm gonna throw out, now that you've talked about some stats and some numbers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about some of these guys that you'll never find in a stat page.
Yes, go for it.
All right, so some of these guys that you're never going to find in the stat page, because also these are mainly defensive guys and offensive linemen. These guys are not in any stat books. But as far as our offensive line is amazing. Ethan Lincoln is probably one of the best tackles that I've seen come out of Forest Lake in a long time.
Probably back to Pat Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he is not going to be in the stat sheets, but, I mean, absolutely amazing kid. If I was at college, I would definitely be looking at him. And then on defense, I mean, Sam Mills has just been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
His pass rush and his outside contain has absolutely been on point. He started in a 3-4 this year, so his first couple of games didn't get a lot of tackles, but he was tying up a lot of linemen. So those outside linebackers get they get huge holes to look through because you're tying up 2 or 3 of their guys. Mm-hmm. And so he's been an absolute monster. Also Hunter Gruba's been really good. Rendell's been really good. Olsen, Weston Hoyt.
Yeah.
On defense, this is a defense that is kind of we give up a lot of yards. Like, don't get me wrong. This is very, very much like the Vikings this year. We give up a lot of yards, but they're not giving up a ton of points. So, and a lot of that is, you make a whole bunch of plays, and then eventually guys like Gruba, guys like Sam Mills and Rendell, they're just going to find you. Eric Neese has been in on a lot of those plays. And then you got Howie Johnson. Howie Johnson coming up. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's a freshman starting on varsity defensive line and absolutely smashing guys.
Yeah.
So, this team has got a lot of players, and I'll let you get into the stats on the offensive side.
Yeah.
I kind of covered a lot of the defense, and, a big shout out to Aho, too. Aho has been absolutely amazing. I hope he can get a pick tonight because he's been so close on so many games. So, I'd really love to see him get a pick tonight, and that would be amazing.
Yeah. So, back to offensive stats. Another thing, disclaimer, I wasn't able to get to a lot of the defensive stuff because the defensive stats are not kept very great when the stat guy doesn't necessarily have a spotter for first contact and all that stuff to award tackle. So the defensive stats are so skewed, I didn't even try. But the offensive ones, at least they are recorded.
Right.
So that's what I did the math on. Real quick before we get to kickoff here, some of my key notes that I wrote down. Well, yeah, Patzer. So Patzer, this so far is leading the team since 2010 with the most amount of touchdowns in a season with 10. Troy Plesky from 2018 is right behind him with 9. And then he took the crown, I believe, last week from Prince Iden for season rushing yards at 793. Keegan needs 1 rushing touchdown today, which I think is very doable for him.
Doable.
It won't bring him super high up on the leaderboard, but he will tie older brother Peyton Zeidler for third most rushing touchdowns. There's a 2-way tie between him and Tommy Tyson from back in 2011. But if Keegan were to get 1 more tonight, he would go up to 7 and be tied with older brother in the rushing category there. Let's see. But a ton of players this year are on this sheet for a good reason. I mean, we're having a successful year. Career receptions, or not receptions, my bad, sorry. Career touchdowns through their varsity years. Weston Hoyt and Jake Johnson both fighting at the top. Weston Hoyt with 4 receiving touchdowns this season, but he didn't get any last year, so his career would be 4. Jake Johnson with 3 right behind him, so depending on how tonight plays out, they may
Did Jake
flip-flop.
Johnson have any last year?
Johnson had 2 years of varsity. He saw the field a little bit last year.
I don't know if he had any touchdowns last year. I don't think so.
Yeah, Johnson is tied for second for receptions since 2011. At 17, Tristan Cordy holds that record currently with 26. I don't know if we'll see that one happen. These are all regular season stats, by the way. So, yeah, no, we could definitely see a fair amount of
school records be taken
tonight. Records in air quotes.
Air quotes. Yes.
But one interesting thing that I want to point out.
Semi-precise records.
One interesting thing that I want to point out is the fact that Keegan Zeidler, 8 touchdowns this year and only 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean that's a solid ratio, touchdowns to interceptions. He's been really efficient, and I'm not going to say that it was all air yards. I mean, we definitely have the team that you're going to get some yards after the catch, and there's been quite a few of those that were screen passes, but you know what? They all go in the pass column. So
yeah.
It's something that yes, it's a great ratio, but he's been very efficient. And his efficiency leads to those interceptions, those touchdowns to interception ratio. And looks like we're going to get started here.
Here we go. So, real quick disclaimer, because of Metro South video rights, we are not able to do a video broadcast, but we will take you with us through the audio broadcast tonight as the Rangers get ready to kick it off here against Lakeville North. It will be kicking left to right on your YouTube podcast dial. Rangers in their white away uniforms, yellow helmets, and yellow pants. The Lakeville Panthers white helmets and the full red jersey and pants tonight. And we will get our first look at the Lakeville offense as the return was sent down by Goodwin, taken at about the 15 and maybe brought up for a couple of yards.
Yeah, the coverage was real good. They were right on him immediately and dropped him right away. So there was virtually no return on that one.
Yeah, they will set up shop here to start out at the 17-yard line. Rangers defense getting into position. Lakeville will run right up the middle, and he'll be stuffed.
Nothing doing. Sam Mills just wrapped around the end and, got his arms out and absolutely just crushed him.
See if we can't get a little bit of crowd noise there for you guys. So it'll be second down and about 8 to go. We'll see what the Rangers bring up here on second down for defense. I need to put this pen away or I'm going to be clicking it all night long.
All right, we got a stunt switching up on the defense. We got Mills on the left side now.
Lakeville takes the snap, handoff out of the I formation to the left side.
DeMonto on the stop.
Gain of maybe 4 on the play.
Yeah.
So it'll be third down and short, 3rd and 2. With 11 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, DeMonto just came up from his linebacker spot and filled the hole and basically just got a great tackle, got low. Matthew Schwartz was also in on that tackle.
Lakeville out of the eye, hands off going left again, and the Ranger wrecking crew steps up.
Sam Mills and Matthew Schwartz again. Looks like they're going to be short.
Going to be short by 2. He gets nothing on that carry. It's going to be 4th and 2, and we'll see what Lakeville decides to do here on their first possession. I believe that is the quarterback going back in, maybe going for it here on 4th and short, deep in their own field position. This could be huge for the Ranger defense.
This is huge if we can hold them. Looks like they might be trying to pull them off sides.
Lakeville lines up in the jumbo, hands off right.
It's going to be close.
I believe it's going to be short.
Rangers say no. Panthers say yes. We'll see what the refs say. Okay. Zebras say yes. First down.
Unprofessional of me having my ringer on. Come on.
Oh, come on.
That was close. I feel like that one could have gone either way anyways. First down for the Lakeville North Panthers. 9 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Lakeville comes out, single back, quarterback under center, 2 receivers. He takes the snap, rolls left, looks to pass, and he's got a receiver downfield. He'll be just short of the sticks, I believe, maybe a little bit over.
DeMonto on the stop and the coverage.
Tackled right on the line to gain, and they're going to signal first down for Lakeville.
Man, Howie Johnson came slamming down on that left side.
So Lakeville on their second set of downs here. Going forward. Quarterback now under center. 2 tight ends right. Single back behind him. Handoff going right to the outside. Taken down by the Ranger wrecking crew. It's a whole host of yellow helmets getting in on that one. And he's stopped for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Having troubles there? Adjusting the headset?
Yeah, little troubles. Little troubles had a little interruption there. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Clock running now here in the first quarter. 8 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. Lakeville comes out in that same formation. No receivers, one back behind him. It's going to be a counter. No, they blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle.
And they're going to take a timeout late. I don't know how he got that one in there.
Zach O'Connell was standing there. Like, I don't know.
Zach O'Connell almost took the handoff.
He almost took the handoff. I don't know what happened there. If somebody was offsides or, they snapped the ball and didn't know that there was a timeout, no whistle. But I did not hear a whistle before that snap.
No, the whistle came in very, very late, blowing the play dead. It looked like it was going to be a counter that was completely blown up by the Ranger defense, and that would have been about a 3rd and 15 from where I'm sitting right now. But luckily, Lakeville was able to get that timeout in and stop that play from happening, because that would have been atrocious for the Panthers.
Oh, God, that would have been a train wreck. Wreck on a wreck.
Panthers 48, trying to get across midfield here on their opening possession. Rangers have still not seen the ball yet tonight. Lakeville comes out, 1 receiver right, 3 running backs in the backfield. I formation now. It's going to be a direct handoff up the middle. Their running back's got some space. It's going to be across the 50 down to the 45 before he's taken down by, I believe that was Hoyt.
Yeah,
on the tackle?
I believe it was Hoyt, and I believe Reed Olson was also there on the stop.
Man, just when you get a play that would have been horrible for him, they pull off something like that, and that was just a beautiful example of them running through the blitz.
Well, they did a great job. They did a great job crushing, basically pushing down all the defensive linemen went low, and they basically went right over the top of them. It was kind of the offensive line fell on top of the defensive line, and the running back just kind of got through. I don't know how he didn't step on anybody, but it was a good hole. He got through there and made a 15-yard play about.
Lakeville handoff left side. He'll be taken down after a gain of 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Lakeville in an I formation with 1 receiver left. He runs up the middle into the teeth of the Ranger wrecking crew, and he's taken down.
Joe Mastel just checked into the game, and man, did he just come in. He had great movement on that center there. He basically just got low. He's got a really low center of gravity. He's not the biggest kid out there, but man, he can play nose. All you have to do is get low, get fast, and you'll be in the backfield, and that's exactly what happened right there.
We have a referee stoppage here. Doesn't look like anybody's down.
We got What was that?
Sideline warning for the defense.
Oh, okay.
So Rangers got a sideline warning.
Somebody's too far on the white line over there.
Coaches and the players got to back up a little bit.
All right, so we got 7:20 to go in the first quarter.
3rd and 9.
Panthers driving just past the 50 now. We're at the 44-yard line of the Rangers.
There we go. Grossman breaks the huddle for Lakeville. I formation, receiver left, receiver right. Grossman takes a snap, drops to pass, looks across the middle. Aho in on defense. No, that's
Reed Olson.
Reed Olson in on defense, swatting it away. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Rangers.
That was just good coverage right off the get. I don't understand why the quarterback even took that read, because Reed Olson had him absolutely blanketed
up. Yeah.
Like, it was good, clean coverage, but he was locked down.
All right, here we go. So it'll be 4th down and 9. Panthers break huddle in punt formation. It'll be Jake Johnson deep to receive it. He'll be receiving going right or left to right.
Sam Mills with a good rush.
Nice boot, and that one's going to carry.
I think that one went in.
And they're going to give him the touchback. Aho playing great awareness, picking that ball up at the 2 and turning to run with it after a Panther had touched it. But they're going to say it got into the end zone before it was downed. So the Rangers will start at the 20 for their first offensive drive. We'll see if Keegan Zeidler and the offense can come out and be the first side of the ball to put points on the board tonight.
Yeah, we're kind of going into the wind in this direction. The wind is kind of going from, left to right, from right to left on the field. So we're going to be going into the wind, and it's going to have a slight draw to the left. So that could come into play here.
Keegan takes a snap, 3 receivers to the left. He's got Hoyt.
Hoyt
Across the 40, 45, 50, and pushed out of bounds. Huge gain for the Rangers. That's a play of 30 yards. Keegan to Hoyt to start the game for the Rangers offense.
That's just one of those great crossers where they have the corner playing off, and Weston just takes a crossing route, and Zeidler just hit him right in stride. And there's nothing you can do. Like the other linebackers came up to cover the tight end on that side, and the running back coming out, and it left the middle of the field wide open.
Keegan, 3 receivers left, running back behind him. It's going to be a screen out to Hoyt, and he's got an easy first down. Now he takes off down the sideline. He's got the 30, 25, 20, and pushed out of bounds. Penalty flag in, though, so we'll see if this play stands. I believe we're going to have either a holding or a illegal man downfield on that one.
I don't know. I think that's either holding or face mask somewhere, because that's kind of a illegal man downfield is. That happens earlier in the play.
Yeah.
That one came in a little late, so it's either blocking the back,
or holding. They're going to bring it back. Luckily, it's from the spot of the foul, so it'll still be about a 5-yard gain for the offense. But this offense in 2 plays has been moving.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
This Panthers
from the
defense.
Spot of the ball. Look at that.
Finally.
That's how it should be. Exactly.
Here we go. Zeidler brings the offense out. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 high side to the left, and a running back directly behind him. He works out of the pistol here on 1st down and 5. And now we get a false start penalty on Forest Lake, so that'll back us up another 5. We'll be back to the original line of scrimmage.
I think he's calling it on the center that he was twitching the ball.
I don't know if I agree. That looked like the center was coming up and kind of setting the ball like they normally do. They'll spin it around a little bit.
It didn't seem like anybody was set.
No, the receivers were still getting into position, and Keegan was definitely not calling for a snap count. Odd call, but same formation. 1 receiver left, 2 right, running back behind Keegan. He drops to pass, throws across the middle, and it's intercepted going the other way. And he is gone. Number 26. That is Jackson Young picking that one up and going to the house for the Panthers. Ball was intended for Deeb, and Keegan never saw it coming.
Yeah, that was a little dangerous throwing that high right over the middle where the linebackers were coming up.
That ball needs to come out 2 times quicker than it did.
Yeah, and not only that, but it needs to be in front of the player, in front of him rather than behind him, because that ball would have been behind him, and you almost need to lead it and drop it over the top rather than throwing it right directly at him. So
extra point is up and good for the Panthers. So Panthers score first, 6 minutes and 38 seconds left here to go in the first quarter. And they draw first blood. Score is 7-0 Panthers.
All right, well, let's see what special teams can do. We did shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit in that drive. We had a couple of penalties, and then an interception that went back for a return. So that is your score. We're with the Panthers 7 and the Rangers 0. On that, there was some positive notes there. We did run the ball. We did run some plays that went for chunk yardage, and I think that was just kind of an ill-advised pass by Zeidler. I don't think he saw him, and
he definitely didn't see him. Yeah.
I also think that it was something that his first read had to be a little bit faster than that.
Well, it was also, I do have to hand it to Young. It was a great break on the ball. He was a good 5 yards off when that ball was thrown and just stepped right in front of it. It was all you could ask for.
But the ball did hang up, and it was high, so it came in, and he could high point the ball pretty in a good spot, came down with it, and kept his balance, which was a great play to keep his balance and bring it in for a touchdown.
Lakeville kicks off to the Rangers. They take it left, and I believe it was Johnson pushed out of bounds. Actually, no, I think it was Reed Olson. Pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, so that's where the Rangers will set up shop for their second drive of the game, and we'll see if Keegan can shake that one off and put one in the end zone here on this drive. He comes out with Patzer directly behind him. Johnson and Hoyt line up to the right side, and a lonely receiver up top to the left. And that's Johnson that comes in motion. Zeidler now with the ball.
Oh, man.
Ball out, and it looks like Lakeville is on it. They tried to do a more of a midline mesh play, and that I think it was a matter of Patzer and Keegan getting a clean mesh, and it just did not work out for him. Ball comes out, and Lakeville now has the ball at the 27.
Well, that's one thing that's kind of been an issue in some of the games that we've played. That mesh handoff just isn't getting there quick enough, and also it's not smooth enough on when they're handing it off. So it's something that's not new. We've seen from this team in the past.
And it's worked to brilliance a few times.
Yeah.
They just got to – I mean, that time it was also rough. I mean, we had the defense in the backfield while the mesh was happening. But
yeah.
Grossman brings the Panthers out. He rolls left to pass. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. Olsen there. Picked off Rangers. He took an end zone shot, and it was picked off by Reed Olsen. Rangers answer back. They'll get the ball at the 20.
Man, that was great recovery speed by Reed Olsen. It looked like he had him by about 3 or 4 steps, and Reed Olsen closed, came up, made a great jump to high point that ball. And, I mean, that was a sure touchdown if he doesn't get up there. But, man, I can't believe he actually got up and made that catch.
Great play by Olsen. So the Rangers take over. 6 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here in the first, and Keegan gets the ball back, and we'll see what the Rangers do here on offense. They come out and trips right. Keegan out of the shotgun with Patzer to his right. Keegan takes a snap, handoff Patzer going left. Patzer trying to stretch it to the outside.
That's Weston Hoyt.
No, Hoyt's down here at the 30. That was Patzer.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Patzer takes it up, gain of about 5 on the play. It looks like they're going to put it right down at the 25. Second down.
All right, so as far as the offensive line's looking, it looks like we're doing okay. They're getting some pressure on the nose tackle, straight up the middle. So a little bit of work we need to do there. There's another quick pass
out to Hoyt, trying to make a move between 2 defenders. He'll be a yard short to the first down, gain of 4, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Forest Lake Rangers.
I'd like to see the Wildcat here.
We haven't seen it in a while. We
It's
haven't
been a
seen it
bit.
in like 2 games. I think the team started kind of keying on that and figured it out, and we're just loading the box. But that's when you got to, throw a trick play in there out of that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, man, I like to see Sam Mills and Hunter Gruba in there and just go for it. Just go.
All right, Rangers come out. Patzer to Keegan's left with 2 wing backs. Hand off to Johnson up the middle. He's going to lower his helmet and try and push the pile forward for a first down. It's going to be close. The referee nearest to us looks like he's going to give it to us.
They're giving him some good forward progress. I'm not sure
I mean, from where the pile moved, it was close.
Right, but you got to remember that
no, they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him. You got to remember there's a guy on the other side of Johnson there.
They gave us the first down. That's all that matters.
Right. First down, Rangers. That'll move the chains.
Keegan with Patzer directly behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Takes the snap. They run the option out to the left side. No. Ball on the ground, and the Rangers are going to get back on it. But, man, does that speed option it works to perfection sometimes, and it can go horribly wrong other times.
And that was the horribly wrong there. That ball came out just like a knuckleball. That was a rough great ball for Patzer to be able to field that right there.
So that is a loss of almost 15. Ball now sits on the 17-yard line. And here we go. Keegan sends Hoyt in motion. Keegan rolls right to pass. Quick throw out to Hoyt. Hoyt makes a move. Gets up the sideline. He's got nobody in front of him. 40, 45, 50, and he's tripped up.
Right
Shoelace tackle at the 45-yard line.
Oh, man.
Huge play for Weston Hoyt.
I don't know how he got around that first tackle. There was a tackle that was coming around his shoulder.
That was borderline face mask.
It was, and he just ducked and made the turn, and the way his body was, it looked so awkward at the time, but he actually got a cut step from the player that was trying to pull him across. So the next player ended up missing because he actually moved laterally further than the player thought it was even possible.
1st and 10, Johnson in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Zeidler up the middle. He'll gain 2 or 3 and be taken down. But great effort on that last play by Kelvin Schmelzer.
Schmelzer.
I believe that's his second L, isn't it? Number 5?
Schmelzy.
Schmelzley?
Schmelzley, yeah, Schmelzley.
Schmelzley just laying out and slapping that back foot to take him down. Otherwise, that one was housed by Hoyt.
Yeah.
2nd down and 7. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left to go here in the first. 2 receivers to the left. Patzer now walks out to the left side of Keegan. Keegan, quick pass out to Johnson. Johnson takes it 40, up the sideline, 30, breaking tackles down to the 20.
Man, he was just carrying guys. You're not taking him down with one arm. You gotta get in front of him. You gotta take his legs out, because that tackling up top is never going to work on Johnson there. He just bowled right through those arm tackles.
So I believe, is that Johnson's first reception of the game? Or is that his second? Second. So 3 more, and Johnson moves to first in the records. Here we go. Receiver left, receiver right. Patzer to the left of shotgun Zeidler.
Defense just about jumped there.
Rangers go hard count. Patzer on the handoff, and he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of about 1, bringing up 2nd and 11.
They are running a lot of linebacker stunts right up the middle. I definitely would like to see more of those crossing plays like that first one from Weston Hoyt that gave us a big gainer. If they're going to crash those inside backers, I definitely would like to take a receiver and cross him over the middle.
So Zeidler and the offense have a little conference outside the huddle with B-Scow. Now they come in. We got a wing left, a wing right. Patzer directly behind Keegan and a receiver wide to the left. Keegan takes a snap. Handoff is to Saltness, I believe. Headed down the sideline 20.
Turns the corner.
Wow,
it looked like he was out of bounds. It looked like he was out of bounds for about a loss at 2, but I don't know how he stayed in there. Stayed in and turned right up the sidelines and basically tight-roped for about 5 yards.
He strung it wide on that one.
That's as wide as you can string a play.
Under 2 minutes left to go here in the quarter. Minute 44 left. Ball is on the Panthers' 19-yard line. Rangers just inside the red zone. 2 receivers to the left. Patzer behind Zeidler. 3rd down and 6. Zeidler takes a snap, looks to pass, throws end zone. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be incomplete to Hoyt. Just couldn't get his hands on it. Looked like Hoyt had a decent chance to pull that one in, but...
Yeah, that ball had a lot of air under it. If he would have thrown it earlier, I believe he could have thrown Hoyt open, and he would have ran to the back. But if that ball was any closer, I think the defensive player might have had a better shot at it than Hoyt did.
It was a nice back shoulder pass, but yeah, I definitely agree. He was in like foot for foot, hip for hip with the corner. If you would have put that on the back pylon, it would have been a great throw and probably a touchdown. 2 receivers to the left. Patzer lines up directly behind Zeidler. Zeidler takes a snap, rolls left to pass, stops, throws back across the middle, nearly intercepted off of a tip. That one went off of Johnson's hands. And that is a turnover on downs for the Rangers. He had Johnson open. He just could not corral it.
Johnson had it. Johnson could have had that one. That would have been for a first down, and also would have gotten that reception. I don't think we're going to be talking about the receptions and all the records just yet. Let's not jinx anything.
Yeah. Just trying to look and see if we got any sort of updated game stats for this one. I don't believe so. Yeah.
So
nothing right now.
So Rangers on defense. Ranger wrecking crew sending a full house in.
At run by Lakeville, stopped at the line, maybe a gain of 1.
Man, everybody was there. You had DeMonso, Mills, Gruba, Rendell, everybody. Basically everybody made the tackle there.
Basically. Lakeville huddles now. Rangers await the offense.
So I believe Klesk was playing nose tackle previously, and it looks like it's Joe Mastel, and he's been doing a great job getting low and just blocking plays.
Lakeville hands off going left out of an I formation. Good gain by the Panthers. That'll bring up 3rd and short. Be 3rd and about 1 yard to go. About to cross over. 30 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Your score 7-0 in favor of the Panthers. That came off of a pick 6 that Zeidler threw early in the first.
So the Rangers are doing something different. I think they're working this out for the playoffs, but I haven't seen them do it a lot. What they're doing on the plays is they're basically switching up where Howie Johnson and Sam Mills are on each side. So it looks like they're swapping it up, getting ready for a different kind of stunt than they normally run.
That last play, I formation run to the left side, picks up 2 and a first down for the Panthers. Now the referee's conferring about exactly where the ball was placed, perhaps? Oh, no, they're waiting for the quarter to expire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the first quarter. Your score 7-0, like we said, off of an interception thrown by Keegan early in the first. That reception was taken by number 26, Jackson Young, for what, about a 40-yard pick 6?
That was 45, yeah. It was right on the 45-yard line, I think.
In case you are just joining us tonight, due to South Metro video restrictions, we are not allowed to video broadcast the game tonight, but we are able to bring you this audio presentation.
And there may be a possibility
perhaps
that we may be joining you again sometime in the future.
Hopefully.
Possibility.
We got some stuff to figure out.
We have heard some
new intel
we
tonight.
have heard some new intel that we may be able to broadcast the Rangers' first couple of games
in the playoffs.
It's not confirmed. Not confirmed. But everybody just say you want to just email your Rangers people and say you want to hear us and watch us and have your game live in infamy on the YouTubes forever.
First down pitch goes right, taken down by the Ranger wrecking crew after a gain of 2. Now Lakeville comes out, I formation, 2 receivers out to the right.
Oh,
handoff
man,
up the middle.
Howie Johnson just came in and blew that play up. It's amazing. This is something I really wish you guys could see, because they are definitely moving around so much on that defensive line. They have not done it up to this point. They've never done it this much. Like, I've seen them do 1 shift, but they're doing 2 and 3 shifts. This is interesting.
I'm really trying to confuse that Panthers offense, and so far tonight they have. Panthers offense has not scored. It's just the defense on the interception. Panthers, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right, running back to the side.
High snap.
Grossman throws across the middle, incomplete. Aho there with great coverage to swat that one away.
And Colby Christensen had a great pass rush from his outside corner position. It was a great job to bring the house up the middle, and Colby Christensen really got in his face and made him hurry that throw.
Here we go, 4th and long for Lakeville, and we'll see what they decide to do, go forward or punt. Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. Hoyt will come up and take his safety position again. No.
It looks like they're punting.
Dropped a punt.
I think their punter is their quarterback.
Yeah, so they do punt very high. Hoyt calls for a fair catch. Reels that one in at about the 37. So the Rangers will set up shop there for their first drive of the second quarter. 10 minutes and 32 seconds left to play here in the half. Ball on the Rangers 37.
All right,
we'll see if we can put some points on the board.
We'll see what Coach Brad Beeskow has in store for this drive. I definitely would like to see more of those crossing routes of Hoyt and Johnson over the middle. Those quick passing plays where they're running right towards Zeidler, that also helps the cutoff. So you're not going to be able to cut off the play and pick that off like that happened before. Zeidler,
quick pass out to Patzer along the sideline, and they're going to say he stepped out at the line of scrimmage. So they'll bring up 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11. Looks like he may have lost a yard.
Yeah, I'd really like to see a trip stacked on the wide side.
Well, here you go.
Here we go.
Rangers bring out 3 receivers to the left. Trips. Patzer lines up just offset to the left of Zeidler. Zeidler takes a snap, quick throw, looking for Hoyt.
Not sure if either of them knew who was going to take that, though.
I mean, I think Hoyt knew it was going for him, but I think he expected the ball to be a little bit more on him than it was.
See, what I'm talking about as far as the setup on that play, that was about what I was talking about, but Johnson stopped. And Hoyt basically just backed up. I would like to see Johnson work his route, and then Hoyt slash towards the middle of the field. Ooh, big pass rush.
Backside screen to Johnson. It would have worked to perfection. Had 13. Caleb Peterson not been there to bring Johnson down. He was the only Panther there.
It's going to bring up a 4th down for the Rangers here. We'll see. Looks like the punt team is coming out. So we're kind of trading downs, and both teams are just waiting for the other team to make a mistake here. And unfortunately, if you're just joining us, the first mistake has gone to the Rangers. We had a pick 6, and other than that, it's been a back-and-forth game and kind of just a playing field advantage game.
Rangers punt, high spiraling kick. And that one will be taken in at the 26-yard line. Dematsu down there to cover for the Rangers. And that's where Lakeville will set up for their second drive here of the second quarter. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left to play in the half. Still plenty of time for both teams. Big Rangers stop here would go a long way for putting the Rangers in good scoring position, though.
Right. I would really like to see Howie Johnson or Sam Mills get off the edge and get a great sack in there. That would definitely help flip this field and flip the field position game that we're playing.
We need a big turnover.
Yeah.
Strip that ball. I mean, we already got one from Reed Olson. That's his second pick of the season that he got a couple drives ago.
You know what? Our defense does not have a lot of points this year.
No. I don't think we have a single one.
Yeah,
Lakeville drops to throw. Throwing deep. Aho is there, and it's completely overthrown by Grossman.
That's great coverage by Aho there. He was with him step for step.
Aho in his back pocket the whole time.
That's one of those things that Aho's so fast. The normal adage is if you're even, he's leaving, but Aho still was stuck with him the whole time. And, you know, it's one of those plays where he's going to have to make a perfect throw, and that's pretty tough to do in college, in high school football, especially into the wind. That was into the wind on that play, and that definitely hung up a little bit.
2nd and 10. Panthers in an I formation with a receiver right, and we got a false start. Receiver jumped. Back them up 5, please. Their stripes. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Receiver pleading his case that he was leaving as the snap happened, but I do not believe that that is true.
I was going to say, we definitely have points because we have 2, count them, 2
safeties. Yeah.
1 Dan Orlovsky and 1 legitimate safety.
Yeah. We'll take it. We'll take it regardless.
I prefer to getting the Dan Orlovsky because we can call it the Dan Orlovsky.
Lakeville out of the I formation, pitch right, running back breaking tackles and is taken down by the Ranger defense. Gain of 6.
Sam Mills, Weston Hoyt. Looks like Weston hit him first, and Sam Mills actually caught him from the line, was following the play from the other side of the defensive line. Great pursuit by Sam Mills there.
3rd down now and 7. Lakeville, you need a big play to convert here. As long as the Rangers can hold fast, we might have a punt incoming.
Here we go. Rangers swapping up the defense. Looks like Statue of Liberty play here.
They try it, and it doesn't work at all. Howie Johnson stops him. Drops him for a loss on the play. They tried to do a pitch halfback pass. Reed Olson was in the back pocket of the receiver. That play was never going anywhere.
Player down. Looks like Howie Johnson kind of absolutely crushed this guy. Howie Johnson is not a small human being.
No, he is not.
We don't have heights and weights, but Howie Johnson is an absolute beast. I still can't believe he's a freshman.
Well, and I have the player down in question is 5'10", 175. So a Howie Johnson landing on that frame is
175. That might not cover Howie Johnson's torso.
I don't think so. So it's going to bring up a 4th and long, and we'll see how aggressive Lakeville chooses to be here. Team got to go over and have a little huddle with coach. I don't know. With high school and the way that Lakeville lines up for their punts, I'm always skeptical of if the punt is actually going to happen or not.
Well, I would say that if in this formation, it would be a much easier punt to block if you were gonna send the house and block the punt.
Punt is a way that's going to back Johnson up. Fair catch call for, and it goes off his shoulder pads.
Looks like Rangers
recovery. It's going to be a scrum for the ball, but they're going to give it back to Forest Lake. Nice way that it worked out. We gained 6 yards on the return based off of it going off of his shoulder pads.
Not the way we want to do it, but Jake Aho made a great recovery there. Yeah. The ball was skipping around, and there was two Panthers there, and Aho just jumped right in between them and somehow came up with the ball. And that's one of those fights that Aho's a smaller guy, and you wouldn't think that he's going to come up with it on the bottom of that pile, but he was fighting hard and came back with it and kept the ball on the Rangers side here.
Zeidler comes out, Patzer lines up behind him, a receiver to his left, a receiver to his right. Zeidler takes the snap, hand off Patzer up the middle. He's going to run forward for a gain of about 3.
That looked like another late handoff, a little bit late.
Well, I think it's that same option play, but the read is just not happening as fast because the ends are getting a good jump, but they're getting held up right as the read needs to be happening.
Right.
And it's making it a tough call for Zeidler whether he's going to keep it or give it. Receiver left, receiver right for the Rangers. Patzer lines up behind Keegan. Keegan sends Johnson in motion to the left.
That's going to be offsides on Lincoln. Ethan Lincoln, number 77. That was going to be one of those power plays. Emmett Hauer was in there. Emmett Hauer was in just behind the tackle. They like to run those power options on when they put that extra blocker in.
2nd down and 7 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in the half. Keegan with 2 running backs in a V behind him and 2 receivers to his right.
We got a strong side left. They brought in a tight end on Lincoln. And
Zeidler goes motion,
Weston.
pitches to Hoyt. Hoyt gets to the edge. He's going to gain back to the original line of scrimmage, gain a 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Well, I'm going to say that I really think that we need to open it up. We've been pretty conservative the last couple of series here. We got 6:54 left in the second. I really would like to see something downfield here.
I bet you're going to get it. Trips left for the Rangers. Patzer lines up to the left of Zeidler. 3rd and 10. Zeidler takes the snap, rolls left, looking to pass, stops, fires back across. He's got Johnson, and that's a first down. And
that'll move the chain.
3rd reception for Johnson tonight.
I believe that will put him for the tying of your record that you were saying. You said he needed 3. I believe that.
No, he needs 5.
He needs 5?
Needs 5.
I thought.
I'll double check.
Okay. I thought you said he needed 3, but that was a great pass under duress from Zeidler, because they were definitely homing in on him. The Panthers defense really had a good pass rush there, and there it is, that crossing route that I was telling you about. Looks like that's going to go to Weston Hoyt. Weston Hoyt for about 10 yards, maybe 11. They're going to give him a first down.
Chains move.
All right, so Zeidler lines up in the pistol.
Receiver left, receiver right. Emmekauer in, up close to the line of scrimmage. Patzer offset to the right of Zeidler. Johnson goes in motion to the left.
That
Handoff
package
Patzer
right
out to
behind
the side,
Emmekauer.
and he's just tripped up. Gain of 5. But he could have had a lot more if they wouldn't have caught his back foot.
They caught his back foot, and that was just enough to bring him down. But he saw daylight. All right.
2nd and 5. Rangers getting the play call.
That power play, Emmekauer is still in the game.
2 receivers right. Patzer directly behind Zeidler. 2nd and 5. Zeidler takes the snap, looks to pass, throwing deep downfield, and he was hit as he threw. And that one comes nowhere close. Luckily, it wasn't
that was
intercepted.
Yeah, that was hit as he threw, and man, did that look ugly going down. It's a good thing that the center of the field was cleared out there. If they would have had a safety standing there, that would have been picked for sure.
I wrote it down wrong. He needs 5 to move to number 2, 9 to move to number 1.
Oh, okay.
He's a ways
so
out.
He needs to have a Justin Jefferson night.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 for the Rangers. 2 receivers right. Patzer motions out to the right side. Zeidler takes a snap. Shoulder pump. Back to Hauer. Screen was set up, but
only going to get about 2 yards there.
Panthers stayed home and covered it well. It's going to bring up 4th and 2, and I got to believe the Rangers are going to go for it.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory here for sure. You're at the 22. I mean, you're not going to – I mean, the only thing that I could see as a possibility would be a field goal, but I really would not like to take a field goal in this spot here.
No. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the half. Receiver left, receiver right. Johnson now goes in motion to the right. Zeidler takes a snap, keeps himself up the middle, trying to push forward. They're going to give him forward progress, but I think he's going to be short.
The forward progress, I thought he got to the 20-yard line, and that should have been good, but they're not giving him that. They're giving it to him at the 21. That is going to be a turnover on downs. I can see Coach Biscow over here. He's pointing to the 20-yard line, which is exactly where I thought Zeidler got to. So, Coach, not very happy right now.
No, he is definitely fired up, but he'll take his walk up the sideline and go talk to the offense. We'll see what the defense can do for a big stop here. Try and get that ball back before half and give the Rangers offense a second chance to do something with it here before time expires.
Or there's another option.
Oops, excuse me. Sorry about that. Forgot to.
There is another option.
A defensive score.
Yes, there is another option. How about we just take it away and house it ourselves right here.
Timeout, Lakeville.
How'd you like to see Howie Johnson just come in here, dislodge the ball from the quarterback, and Sam Mills, like they've both been coming in from each
touchdown.
side. Get Sam Mills, Howie Johnson. One of them tees up the other one, and the other one just scoops it up, scoop and score.
It sounds good to me.
I mean, these guys have been playing so well together this year that I'm surprised we haven't seen one so far, and I really want to see one. I think we could get one right here.
Rendell could be in on something like that. That would be another key player I could definitely see dislodging a football. Maybe Hoyt coming downhill and just lighting somebody up as they come through the hole.
Man, can't you just let me dream and have my defensive line touchdowns? Why is it always got to be a DB or a wide receiver? Let's see some big guy with a big number come in, get a touchdown.
Lakeville handoff right, and that running back is one tackle away from breaking into the open. Reed Olson there to stop that one before it goes any farther. It's going to be a gain of 11 and a first down for Lakeville. He's tackled, I believe he was tackled out of bounds. We'll see exactly how they...
Looks like they're calling him
stop.
out.
Clock will stop. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the half. Lakeville, same formation. One receiver to the right, running back directly behind him, and two tight ends that shift.
Wide open, wide side of the field.
It's the same play as the last down, and this time the Ranger defense was not fooled.
Sam Mills is saying, nah. Not going to happen.
Fool me once.
Not going to happen. Yeah, Sam Mills and Colby Christensen both there on that tackle, and Sam Mills was in the backfield so quick on that one. I'm actually shocked he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Barely. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Here comes Lakeville in that same formation they've been running all night. Same shift. I'd say watch the wide side of the field here. Quarterback takes the snap. Handoff going back to the left in the wide side.
Oh, wow. That was a great save of the tackle.
Yeah.
By number 51, Matthew Schwartz. If he doesn't tackle him, he's going a long ways because there was nobody out there on the edge.
Gain of 6. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Clock running just inside 3 minutes to play here in the half. Ranger defense trying to get a stop, get the ball back for the Ranger offense here before half. Lakeville under center takes a snap, handoff going to the left side again. He's going to gain almost 10, first down for Lakeville. And this rushing attack is starting to find its stride here against the Ranger wrecking crew.
Sam Mills and Colby Christensen in on the play, but Sam Mills kind of got pushed back there. He got double teamed, and that's kind of why he got pushed so far back. It was still able to make the tackle, but we'd like to be able to see those linebackers stuff up those holes a little bit more right behind them if they're going to double team Sam Mills.
Ball on the 50, Lakeville handoff going right, and a nice contact tackle by Hoyt brings him down, but he does gain 7.
2:10 left to play.
2:10 left to play in the half. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 4 to go. I think Lakeville is just trying to run this one into submission and score right before half and leave the Rangers with no time left.
Yeah, but I would think if you're Lakeville here, you're gonna have to start making some kind of adjustment on your pace of play, because unless they have a big play,
Lakeville hands off going back right.
Unless they have a big play, they're not going to
down.
get there in time. It's 1:37. The clock will start as soon as the change gets set. I believe Lakeville has 2 timeouts left.
I think they only got 1.
1 timeout, yeah. 1 timeout left. So, I mean, if I was Lakeville, I'd be definitely, working with a little bit more pace and play here.
1st and 10, ball on the Rangers 38. They dropped a pass. Ranger rush. Grossman going to take off and run for it, and he'll head out of bounds after gaining 4. That'll stop the clock with 1:16 left to play in the half.
So Sam Mills had a great rush, ended up missing him in the backfield, but then Joe Masto came in and forced him out of bounds. It's going to be 1:16. We're going to have 2nd and 7 here.
I think a big thing for the Rangers defense, a big goal for the Ranger defense here would be stopping them and not letting them score before half, just because it does look like they're going to try and use all that time. Lakeville comes out under center, I formation, a receiver to the right. It's going to be a pitch going right. Ranger wrecking crew sees it coming.
Nowhere.
Stops, gain of nothing.
You got Rendell as the first one in on the tackle.
3rd and 6, and Lakeville will use their last time out. 7-0 is your score. Unfortunately, because of South Metro video restrictions, we're not able to do the video. So most of you guys have heard that already. So you're stuck with us doing audio for the night. So
I'm not sure if that was a Panthers timeout or a Rangers timeout. They haven't pulled one off of the scoreboard. It's actually not a bad timeout if you're the Rangers here either. You got 3rd and 6.
Panthers. They just pulled it down.
Okay. But if they do stop them here, I'm thinking you might see a Rangers timeout right after this.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd down and 5. Lakeville rolls left, looking to pass. Downfield, incomplete.
Great coverage.
Weston Hoyt lays the hit of the night so far.
The receiver had it in his hands, was looking to turn around, and Weston Hoyt just comes up and smacks him and smacks the ball loose. Howie Johnson had a great pass rush on that. Got his hands up, made the quarterback throw it high, and that's what basically broke up that play. Because if that ball is thrown lower, where if he just has a lane to throw it and Howie Johnson doesn't have his hands up, the receiver just can catch it in the breadbasket and doesn't have to pick his arms up, where Weston Hoyt just came up and was able to make a hit, and he couldn't hang on to it.
Here we go. 4th and 5, a receiver left, 2 receivers right, and a running back in the backfield. Grossman rolls right to throw, throws downfield, and that's going to be caught.
A first down.
First down.
There's 3
Clock
Rangers
runs,
there.
59 seconds to go.
3 Rangers there. I don't understand. Nobody went for the ball.
Lakeville's got to hurry up now.
It's going to be a hurry-up offense. There is no timeouts.
55 seconds to go. Lakeville spikes it, stops the clock with 51, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
With the pace of this game, I would not be surprised if the Panthers kick a field goal here.
Depends on if they got a kicker is the big thing for them.
I mean, it's not a big kick from here.
That's still a 30.
It's a 30-yard field goal.
Field goal.
It's a 30. End up being like a 36-yard field goal, I guess. I guess that is a fairly decent leg.
Lakeville drops to pass, rolling left, throws end zone, way too far, incomplete.
DeMonso on the coverage. There was definitely a couple of Rangers in there that were guarding the sidelines over there. Number 51, Matthew Schwartz, took the sidelines away from the quarterback. So he saw that he couldn't get out of bounds. So he had to definitely chuck that one into the end zone.
Wish you would have made a little worse decision on that throw, but 44 seconds left to go in half. 3rd down and 10. Lakeville's going to have to throw it against this Ranger defense.
They are warming up the kicker. He was just...
Lakeville drops to throw across the middle. Reed Olsen in coverage, knocking it down, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 10, and the Panthers will bring on the kicking team.
Sam Mills and Matthew Schwartz both came around that outside edge, and they were just on him in a hurry. Quarterback had to throw that one real quick. All right,
so this is going to be about a 39-yard field goal. Right hash. Lakeville, snap, hold, kick is up.
It's
And good.
That's a great kick.
35 seconds left in half.
It was.
Wow,
It was
I
just
didn't know they
about
had a
blocked.
kicker.
But that was a great kick. And the wind definitely, the wind almost pushed it out. It basically was crossing left to right. Right to left, and the wind was going right to left, and he just grazed the top of the goalpost there on the left side.
All right, so the Rangers will get the ball back with 35 seconds left, and we'll see what they choose to do. Depending on the return, hopefully we can just get it to Hoyt, and Hoyt can house this one and bring it to a one-score
All right,
game.
well, this is the situation we were in. Let's see, what game was it?
Was it the Anoka game?
Was it the Anoka game, or we were coming into halftime?
Mounds View, we were down by 7.
No, it was the Anoka game. We were blanked going into halftime, and then we scored.
No, Anoka, we were losing at half.
Yeah, I know we were still losing, but we got our first score.
Oh, yeah.
We got our first score, and then we scored again.
Kick is going to go to Reed Olson. He'll take it from about the 15, head out right. He's got some blocks ahead of him. Continues down the sideline. Makes a cut in and is taken down at the 45-yard line.
With
so
25
good starting
seconds to
field
go.
position for the Rangers.
25 seconds to go. 3 timeouts. We got all 3 timeouts here, so it is something that we could possibly run plays. And, I believe if we got down to the 29-yard line, I would like to see Valentini try and take a 39-yard attempt as well, because we have a kicker as well.
True.
It looks like this game is going to come down to, maybe 1 or 2 scores, and you might not get a touchdown. But
Zeidler rolls to pass. He's got Johnson on the left flat. He's going to gain a first down and be out of bounds.
Out of bounds. I would have just liked to see him step out of bounds
Yeah,
there rather than
instead of
try and
taking a
fight.
hit.
They're like, we're trying to get to the sidelines here, boys.
Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. The Panthers' 43-yard line. Rangers got a few more seconds with 18.5 left to play in the half to try and put this one downfield a little bit more. Hoyt in motion. A receiver left, a receiver right. Zeidler dumps to Hoyt across the 40. Cuts back in. Down the sideline. He makes another move. He's into the open 5. Touchdown, Rangers.
Wow, he stiff-armed that safety and just gave him a move, and he was gone.
Hoyt got the ball at the 30-yard line and had no intention of going out of bounds, weaving up and down the sideline, and that's the Rangers offense for you, scoring quick. And now Valentini in to attempt the extra point.
Man, that was a great play there by Weston Hoyt. I thought that safety had him dead to rights, and he had that stiff arm in him, and he just put his hand down, gave him a little juke, and he was gone.
Kid is unbelievable. Snap, hold, kick is up, and good.
And
Valentini
good.
tacks on the extra
7.
point.
That'll bring your score to 10-7.
All right, now
Panthers
just
lead the Rangers with 7 seconds left to go. We will be kicking it off.
kick this thing directly into the turf.
Yeah.
And just kill the
Yeah,
clock.
good one.
Don't give them a chance at a long return.
And actually, there is no wind, so I think it is a little bit cooler. But I do think Goodwin can just drop her right into the end zone because that's
if Goodwin,
what he does.
if he can drop it into the end zone, that's great. Otherwise, yeah, push that one right up the middle. Make one of the bigger boys in the middle have to carry that one.
I personally would like to see him kick it deep, and most likely he'll kick it out of the end zone. From this spot, there is no wind whatsoever.
All right. Rangers will be kicking right to left. Goodwin puts it down at the 40-yard line, left hash.
kind of weird. We had right to left wind earlier, and it looks like it's just stopped in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Here we go. Goodwin approaches.
Boom.
And we'll send this one
Squib style.
skipping along the turf. Lakeville
Ooh, there's
will
a block in
return,
the back there.
headed across the 30 and taken down with 0.5 seconds left. So I got to believe that Lakeville will probably come out and take a knee and go into half.
Yeah, I would agree with that logic.
I don't think that they're going to try anything tricky with the way that our D-backs have been playing, and we'll line all 4 of them up.
Yeah, and they're going to get the ball. They're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they go into knee formation. Grossman takes a knee, 0.5 seconds rolls off, and we will head to halftime. Your score, 7-10 in favor of Lakeville. The Rangers throwing an interception early in the first quarter, returned for 6 by the Panthers.
Yeah, that's going to be the play so far of the game. Without that, really Lakeville has had, and I mean they have not had much success on offense. I mean they had that last drive that they kind of were running the ball. But that was also where we were playing heavy shell, where you're not going to give up a touchdown.
Gee whiz with the
door slamming
Good
a little
Lord.
bit. Hey, we might be doing a little audio here.
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be the media booth.
So, anyways, that was definitely the play to talk about of the first half was that. But Weston Hoyt. How about that? How about that? Keegan Zeidler and Weston Hoyt just coming up. We have 25 seconds left to go. Everybody's normally just barely thinking about, hey, let's get into this. It'll be 10-0. Maybe we'll get down for a field goal. They run a wheel route. They run a wheel route to Weston Hoyt. He catches it 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, runs up the sidelines, has no intention of going out of bounds ever. He beat the first man, and I was like, "Ooh, you might want to get out of bounds." And then I saw him make the cut.
I saw him cut in and was like,
saw him
"What are
cut
you doing?"
And I was like, "Oh man, And then he was gone. He just knows when he can house it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no doubt in his mind that he was getting into the end zone there.
I know Patzer is a very good running back, but I don't know if there is a player on the field for Forest Lake with better vision than Weston Hoyt.
Right. I mean, that last touchdown was absolutely vision, and I mean, his cut speed, the speed that he can retain while he makes a cut.
He seems to cut and get faster.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right. It just shouldn't happen like that.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing.
I love that he's on our
Play.
team. I hate the fact that he's only going to be on it for 1 year as he's a senior. But
Yeah.
if there's any schools out there looking for a last-minute receiver recruit, you might want to get out to the
Receiver, I mean,
Forest Lake sections game.
receiver, also safety.
Yeah,
I mean,
that too.
kick returner,
Running back,
safety, running back.
have him throw the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be a quarterback. I don't know. He's an athlete, that's for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll give you a quick rundown, and then we're going to take a quick break here at halftime. Lakeville scored first early in the first quarter with an interception from Keegan Zeidler that went for a 45-yard 45-yard pick six. Then Lakeville scored again with a late field goal, but not late enough. They left too much time on the clock for the Ranger offense, and Hoyt scampers gracefully down the sideline.
Too much time. I mean, that's Patrick Mahomes' range.
For
too
a
much time.
35-yard touchdown.
How many teams can say that they left too much time on the clock with 25 seconds
Yeah.
left to go? In high school, that's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
It's great. So we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with you for your second half. I'm Joel Geist. This is Noah Casa. Remember, if you're liking the stream, just hit the like and subscribe button down there before you go. Now you got plenty of time to look for it. It's right on the left-hand side. Also hit that bell so you can see when we're on again.
All right, we'll be right back with you.
7.
Rangers will return the kick from the 20. Ball's in the hands of our playmaker, Hoyt, who gains the edge. He's across the 40, cuts back, and goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Pumps the brakes.
Puts the brakes on.
Pumps the brakes and waiting for everybody to fly right by him. Top Gun style.
Not only can he accelerate faster than anybody I've ever seen before, but he can just stop in a step. He's quite the athlete. All right, here we go. Rangers' first drive of the half. That's a little too quick. Set back up a little bit.
Rangers down by 3.
Rangers down by 3. If you're just joining us at halftime due to video restriction, we can only do the audio broadcast, so we thank you for tuning in for that. Johnson goes in motion to the left side. Seidler pitch out to Johnson across the 40, 45 in a gain 3. At least he caught the pitch this time. That's all I can say.
That was definitely a safer pitch by Seidler. It wasn't quite the knuckleball that they lost the last season. That they had that problem with.
Here we go. 3 receivers for the Rangers. 2 to the right side, 1 to the left. Passer behind Keegan. Rangers going right to left on the podcast dial here. Keegan takes the snap. Handoff, Patzer up the middle. He'll fall forward for a gain of 1. Maybe 3rd down and 6 to go here with 11 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. So I gotta believe that a flow is coming now for Keegan Seidler. While we were there at half, we got a stat update. He has 175 yards passing on the day. He needs 14 more to pass Sean Smith as statistically since year 2011, most passing yards in the season by a four-star quarterback. Approximately. Takes a snap, drops the throw, throws out to the side. He's hit as he throws. Ball comes up short, and that's going to be 4th and 6 now, and I gotta believe the Rangers will probably punt. The Seidler does go to the sideline.
Yeah, you're going to try and pin him deep here. But this game has kind of been a battle of field position for the first half. With one big play on offense, that's basically all we've seen from both of these teams. Besides a late drive when we're kind of in a deep shot prevent defense that got them in the field goal range. So I hope that
High snap, Valentini still able to get it away. Nice punt.
Good punt.
Fair catch called for, brought in at the 21-yard line for Lakeville. And that's where they will set up to their first drive of the half, going right to left.
could have been a little bit better. That snap was a little bit high. Valentini had to hop to catch it, so it kind of threw off his rhythm a little bit. I kind of believe that Valentini definitely could have put that into the 8-yard line range there, but he kind of had to do a little hop. And
he was also hurried.
Yeah, he was also hurried and had to put a little extra hop in the step there.
Lakeville comes out for their first drive of the half, I formation with the receiver to the left.
And the Rangers still kind of moving around on that defensive line.
Grossman handoff goes right, stopped after a gain of 1 by the Rangers.
DeMonzo comes up from his linebacker position and makes the stop.
Aho also, keeping good contain on the outside, not letting him get to the edge. Steering him back in for DeMonzo to clean up. So, I think if the Rangers can play a penalty-free half of football here, they should have no shot at a losing game by any means. And I think they got a great chance to come out of here with a win. As Lakeville hands off going left, running back gets to the outside. Tracked down by Reed
Olsen on the outside. Great contain there, stopping, making him turn in. He gets
still a big game though.
Yeah, but if Reed Olsen doesn't make that tackle or push him to the inside, that's a lot more. I'm going to take that as a somewhat win. We're playing a shell game defense here where we're just trying to, you play
9. It's going to be a second down and 1. Ball will be on the 39-yard line.
It kind of looks like they're slowing down their stunts a little bit. They're not doing as Looks like Howie Johnson.
Maybe that's 99.
99, that'd be Mark Ruba.
That is not great. That's what we were talking about earlier in the game when we said,
Nope,
no,
that is Howie Johnson.
Howie Johnson down. Regardless, a loss. Everyone is raining down, especially in the last game of the season, regular season, before going into sections. Even more though.
And Howie Johnson.
Stud.
Howie Johnson is the stud of that defensive line. He gets up and he's walking off gingerly. Looks like he might have caught a cleat or something in the stomach. He's kind of leaning over.
All right, here we go. Looks to be good though, walking off on his own power. First and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Lakeville, receiver right. One running back in the backfield. Lakeville takes the snap, rolls left to pass. Grossman decides he's going to run it.
Oh!
Wow. 25. Hello, how you doing from Forest Lake?
Wow. That was two guys that don't normally go into truck mode in Madden.
Wow.
And they both did. That is
delivering
Jake
the
Aho.
boom.
Jake Aho, probably about 160, and the quarterback is maybe what 159, something like that. Both of these guys not big guys. They was speed on speed, and they decided to just sort that one out.
Grossman hands off going left, and I don't know if he got the first down. I think he gained one. It's going to bring up a short. The way that they've been running it.
They have been generous with the spots.
They have been generous with the spots. That one I feel like was close to a first down run than the last one, but whatever. Third down and 2 to go. 51, 5 minutes and 13 seconds left to go.
All right, so just replay that Aho play. He's given up about 25 pounds and 4 inches of height. And Aho absolutely just stonewalled him.
Grossman, handoff going right. First down, Lakeville, gain of 6 on the play. They're moving the ball quite well around. The pass aspect of this offense is going to take it away.
Well, the run, it was really successful for him right before the second half. Also with Howie Johnson, that's a huge difference in the defense. Grossman back to
Hand
off. Gets about 3 on the play. Looks like Aho and Rendell in on the stop. Trying to see who came in for Howie Johnson. Looks like 53, Jack McKernan. Jack McKernan came in for Howie Johnson on that left side defensive line spot.
Lakeville comes to the line of scrimmage now. Receiver left, running back directly behind Grossman. Grossman turns, hands off, going up the middle.
It seems like the Panthers are definitely taking advantage of some of Forest
down.
Lake Rangers' stunts, and looks like Howie Johnson back in the game. Good to see him back.
So it'll be first and goal now, ball on the 7. And they are eating us up with this run, and more importantly, eating the clock up. And this is one of the first times we've had a team that's been running on us that isn't down to us.
Yeah.
Clock playing into their hand rather than ours. Handoff up the middle. Lakeville stopped at the 5.
Still on his
spins out of
feet.
this
Wow.
tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lakeville.
That was a great play by the running back and
Sawyer.
a little bit of poor tackling on the Rangers defense side.
Sawyer Wilkie on the carry there for
everybody
Lakeville.
just kind of stonewalled and put their hands up, and nobody really wrapped up, and he basically just spun moved.
He was probably about a second away from down by contact and barely spun out of that tackle. But
I wouldn't even give it a second, but it was kind of like the Rangers gave up because they thought the play was over.
snap, kick up, and
Good.
So that brings our score to 17-7. Rangers down by 2 scores. And with some work to do here.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm gonna go in and say that the way this game is shaping up, I hope our defense has some good conditioning because they're going to need it. I have a feeling that the Rangers are going to be the pedal to the metal here because they know if they give it back to them without scoring here, there is no way that we're going to win this game. Because you're gonna hand it over to them. That last drive was 7.5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we have come back down 3 scores.
We have.
But Anoka nearly didn't take as much time off the clock.
But this is a situation where it's just like STMA. STMA ran the ball really well. They ran the ball really well against us, but they were behind because of our big plays. This is where our big plays need to catch up just to get us back into the game. And then our defense has to hold, but they're going to be on the field for a long time for this last fourth quarter because these guys are going to try and drain the clock as much as possible.
Yep. I mean, this goes back to that stat that defensive score shifts the tide in a game. Very heavily favored.
Absolutely.
For the win, the team that scores on defense.
That bounced off of one of the Rangers.
The Rangers jump on it. I don't think that they're going to give that one back to Weston anytime soon on a kickoff.
No, and Rangers are going to get good field position here. It's going to be right about the 35. And I have to imagine that the Rangers' pace of play is going to be fairly quick in this next drive.
Yeah. Rangers definitely need to go back to some high percentage plays that have having a history of working the whole season. And just get back to the basics here. As Keegan Zeidler brings his team out, he'll send Patzer in motion out to the left side, screen out to Patzer. And that was definitely not a forward ball. Patzer unable to come up with the catch, incomplete. And that's kind of one of those plays I'm talking about right there.
It was forward. That's why it was not a fumble. It looked like it was about even, and about even is even. So it's not behind.
I would say that's one of those plays I'm talking about that it seems like that's one that we've been doing maybe this week.
Yeah, I really don't.
To attacking downfield a little bit more than doing bubble screens.
I would much rather have seen him turn on a wheel route there.
Patzer goes out right.
Ooh, if he could have broke that one tackle, that would have been solid. He had a blocker out there. I believe that was Emmett Hauer. Actually, no, not Emmett Hauer.
3rd and 5 for the Rangers. They need a huge conversion here. This would go a long way in this one. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the third. But giving that ball back to Lakeville right now with the way that they're running the ball and eating clock is not ideal.
I really would like to see Weston drop down to this side of the field and do a wheel route after Jake Johnson and Deeb clear these guys out.
2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs behind Zeidler, who stands in the pistol. Zeidler takes a snap. It's going to be an option out right, back to Patzer, and that didn't work, or Hoyt, and that didn't work at all. He's stopped for a loss of 5, and it's going to be 4th and 10. And this is one of those situations that you can't give it back to Lakeville, but you also can't afford to go for it and give Lakeville the field position that you'd be giving them if you went for it. So on comes Valentini to punt this one away, and hopefully we can get this returner to muff one like we did earlier, except we get on it like they couldn't. Valentini awaits the snap, steps into this one, Spiraling kick, drops down at the 40 and takes a Lakeville bounce, goes out of bounds at the Panthers 45.
Number 75 came in, and I might say that he should get a flag for taunting there. He hit Howie Johnson just after he came in from injury and was right in his face. I really think that should be a taunting call there.
He got warned by the ref, but no flag called.
I mean, if it's enough for the ref to warn you, it's also enough to get a flag.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Lakeville Panthers. But not worried. Rangers have pulled 2 wins off, just like this, right when you think they're down and out.
Absolutely.
It's just I'm preparing myself for another heart attack game.
All right,
that's
well,
not what I want to be doing.
Side note, Howie Johnson and number 75, that was just jawing at each other. They're going to come back and we're going to have a little rematch right here. So let's see what happens.
Run by Lakeville forward for a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 54 seconds left to play in the 3rd. I think Lakeville will probably at least get one more play off. But again, they are trying to eat clock as best as they can. Second down, 7. Lakeville reverse. And there's nobody out there. Rangers converge quickly.
That's a hold on Colby Christensen, but
no hold called. That play stopped. Could have been way worse. Gain of 6. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 15 seconds left. I don't think we're going to get another play here in the
no,
quarter,
and
so
Lakeville's in no
4th.
hurry. I mean, they're in no hurry to make snaps here.
So here we go.
The clock is their friend, and Lakeville definitely has a time advantage. They've been running the ball well, and right now they have the perfect offense going to just drain the clock. The Rangers need to come up big on defense in, 3 plays. You need to string 3 plays together. That's what you need to do.
17-7 is your score. Lakeville on top of Forest Lake. 12 minutes will be the 4th quarter.
I really think that that Coach Brad Bieskow should really just, he's going to have to go house. He's going to have to go full house blitz on one of these plays just to stop him.
We'll dial it up right now. 3rd and 1. I formation for Lakeville and a receiver to the left. This would be a big stop for the Rangers. Lakeville takes the snap, handoff going left. Rangers tracking nicely, but
he's got the first
down and a gain of 3 out of bounds. Forced out there by Reed Olson.
All right, we really need to start this off with some inside pressure from either Howie Johnson or Sam Mills, just to get them to start in the hole. We can't just keep giving them these 3 and 4 yard runs every play. They're going to absolutely kill us and give us the ball back with 4 minutes to go, and we're going to be down by 2 scores by that time.
We're already
3
down
scores.
by 2. Yeah.
3 scores.
Lakeville in the same formation they've been in all night. Take the snap, handoff left. That's another good run by the running back. Gain of 6 on the play.
Aho in on the tackle.
Gain of 8, excuse me.
Good tackle, but the problem is when your cornerbacks are making tackles on running backs, that means that it is not good.
Come on, boys. Come on. 2nd down and 3 to go for the Panthers. Ball on the Rangers 34. Panthers take the snap, handoff, going straight forward. There, the Ranger wrecking crew coming up with a stop but he's still going to plunge forward and gain just enough for another first down. No.
Nope.
The referee on the Rangers side walked like 4 yards farther than he should have. Our near judge says no. 3rd and 1 again here.
3rd and 1, and this is a situation where you can't just keep giving up 3 yards a play, because you give up 3 and 4 yards a play, it's 4-down territory for most high school teams in a situation like this. So
quarterback sneak, Grossman's going to have it.
Absolutely, the line just absolutely pushed forward. Ranger wrecking crew looks a little tired. They've been on the field for quite some time.
Absolutely, yeah. They are getting blown off the line at the point of attack right now, and
I mean, right now it's the point of a game of attrition, and you know the long drives that Lakeville's put together have really drained the main strength of this defense, just because they're on the field so much.
1st and 10, ball on the 30. Lakeville takes the snap. Lakeville's going to roll right to pass. He's got a receiver.
And
Weston Hoyt coming up to make a big hit.
Absolutely comes up and
2
just
on the play.
Smashes him.
Player still down on the field for Lakeville. There'll be a free timeout in the Rangers' favor with 9 minutes and 44 seconds left to go here in the last game of the regular season for Forest Lake and Lakeville. Well, if you made it this far, thank you for joining us and putting up with just the audio broadcast tonight.
Yeah, and if you're here, just remember, you can hit the like and subscribe down below. I know you would like it a lot better with video, and hopefully for sectionals, there is a possibility. We have been talking around, and there is a possibility that we may be able to figure out a way to get that broadcast. Maybe. We're gonna have to twist some arms, some radio broadcaster arms here, and maybe see if we can switch the radio broadcast to a video broadcast.
2nd and 8. Lakeville brings the offense back out on the field after the injured Panther is helped off, walking off under his own power, but definitely favoring a shoulder.
Yeah, he took a huge hit from Weston Hoyt, and he's going to feel that one in the morning.
Lakeville takes a snap, handoff up the gut. Ranger wrecking crew there to stuff them for no gain.
Really
they finally
weird.
Get a stop.
That's really weird. Why would they run that play? They've been running it down the field the whole time. Why would you just do a sneak right there with 3rd and 8? It doesn't make any sense.
There's a handoff.
Was it?
Yeah.
It looked.
No.
Oh, okay. It looked like it was a sneak right up the middle.
No, it was the same play that they've run for the last 17 plays in a row.
Well, it wasn't, because there was no hole.
Yeah, 3rd and 7.
Looks like the defensive coaches might have figured out something.
Could use a big one here. Handoff going left. Rangers there.
Oh,
Aho makes first contact. That would have been huge. Instead, he bounces off of Aho, falls forward for a gain of 4 more, and it's going to bring up 4th and 3, I believe. Ball just outside the red zone on the 24.
I'm pretty sure this is the math. The math dictates that you should go for it here on 4th down. You're 17-7. Okay, so this is how the math works. So you're 17-7 right now. So technically, we need 2 scores to win. So we basically need 2 touchdowns. We basically need 2 touchdowns to pull ahead. And really, a field goal here, if they went for a field goal, it would make it 20-7. That wouldn't change the math any. It would
4th and 3, they go hard count, and the Rangers jump. Just gave them the first down.
I don't know. It looks like there's a question.
Potentially
Who went?
a false start.
Looks like there's a question.
The Rangers jumped.
Both people are.
Lakeville calls a timeout.
Okay, so super psych out to everybody here.
Wow. Okay.
Everybody's pointing at each other like they jumped off sides. And, okay, so we got a Lakeville timeout here with 4th and 4. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Lakeville up 17-7.
Come on, boys. One more stop. Get that ball back for the offense, and let's sling that ball downfield. Come on, come on, come on.
You know what? I'm going to say that it's time for Howie Johnson to come up with a big play right here. He, man, they like to slam doors
They
around
like to
here.
slam doors here in Lakeville.
But I'm going to say that Howie Johnson's going to come up big right here.
I gotta believe they're just gonna hand it off.
These guys have been jawing at Howie Johnson all game long, even though he's have been playing an amazing game.
4th and 3, handoff goes right. I don't know if he got it.
I don't think so. I think he
stopped short.
I think he's short.
Depends on where the referee spots the ball.
Coach B-Scout thinks he's short. All right, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Rangers get the ball back with 8 minutes and 2 seconds left to go.
All right, so this is how the Rangers do it. We will keep you in the game and just hang around. Just hang around.
I wish they would.
Hang around. We're just going to hang around, and then all of a sudden, hey, guess what? We're just going to go down and score.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Zeidler brings the offense back out down the field.
Rangers at the 20-yard line. So we've got a long field to go.
1st and 10.
Just remember.
2 receivers right. Patzer directly behind Zeidler. Zeidler takes a snap, looks to pass, winds up, throws a deep shot. He's got Hoyt.
Oh!
Over his head and nearly intercepted. That was scary.
Man, that was scary, but man, did he just miss that pass, too. If he leads Weston Hoyt by about 2 feet, he threw it about 2 feet behind him. If he was 2 feet in front of him, that would have been off to the races. There was nobody behind him.
It
Weston
just needed
Hoyt
to get bent back inside.
Yeah, I mean it was a great play and it was a great shot. I love that they took the shot there.
Good call by Zeidler unleashing that one, but here we go. 2nd down and 10. Zeidler takes a snap, handoff Patzer. Back ball on the ground, and Lakeville's got it. Rangers try and get tricky with a handoff reverse. Jake Johnson unable to come up with the second handoff, I guess. Bounces off his shoulder pads, and Lakeville jumped on it. Now Lakeville has it at the Ranger 12.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's a lot more higher percentage plays that,
Uncork another pass.
Right. I mean, Hoyt had him beat. Hoyt had him beat by 2 steps. Also, on those crossing routes, they keep crashing those middle linebackers, and the middle has been wide open. We had a couple of nice crossing plays, like screen crosses, and then they intercepted one, and they never went back to it.
Ball nearly fumbled on the exchange from Grossman to his running back, but he's able to regain possession, and the Rangers take him down. Loss of 2 on the play, so backs him up. Ball will be on the 16-yard line now.
So suddenly nobody's offense wants to make any plays.
Yeah, now we need a Lakeville screw-up is what we need.
Yeah,
and it's tough when all they're doing is turning around and handing it off to the running back. They go right, they go left, they go right, they go left.
I mean, the turnover game is definitely now in Lakeville's favor.
Handoff Lakeville maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
No, it should be 4th. I thought that was the 3rd down play.
No, we got a Panther down. No, it'll be 3rd down. First down was the near fumble,
right.
And then that one. So it will be third down. 6 minutes, 59 seconds left to play in the game.
I don't know if we're going to, if it's going to be if it's going to be 4th and 10, 4th and 9, I'm almost, even though it doesn't matter, the math tells you that you should go for it. I still think it might be better just to take the field goal.
I bet you they take a field goal. With the kicker that they got right now and the one that he made earlier, this one would be even closer, especially if they gain a few yards.
Just so you can't get a quick touchdown and then tie it up with a field goal, send it into overtime.
Yeah.
I still think the best math is to go for it, but I don't know.
3rd and 10. Here we go. Rangers, if they can get a stop here, they may force them into a field goal position. 3rd and 10. I'd bet that Lakeville passes here. Grossman under center. Takes a snap. Rolls left to pass. Throws. He's got a receiver. Touchdown, Lakeville. And that one...
That'll be 23-7, awaiting the point after.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
We've had the pass bottle all night, and the one time we need the big stop, unable to come up with it.
Yeah, so Lakeville comes out and
Snap, hold, kick is up
and good.
and good. 24-27 is your score with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the half. And this is one of those, back to the sloppy play of the Stillwater game and now this one. The 4 games that we have at some point been in the position to lose, including Moundsview and Anoka, have all been off of our mistakes. They've never been a team beating us. It's us beating ourselves, which is the most frustrating thing. If we played a flawless, clean game and Lakeville was just lining up and running it 8 yards a carry, I'd have to say, wow, yeah, they're a better team.
Yeah.
But from the first 2 drives fizzling because of penalties and the turnovers, it's just Forest Lake beating Forest Lake.
And then it's also, the amount of points you get off of those turnovers. And basically it's 14-0 in favor of the Panthers in the turnovers and the points scored off of a turnover.
Yeah. I mean, right now, if the 2 mess-ups don't happen, if we don't give it to Lakeville, as Olsen will take this kickoff up the left sideline. He's got a few blocks across the 40. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 45. But back to what I was saying there, if we don't give the ball to Lakeville on a silver platter twice for scores, one being the pick 6 and one being that fumble right there at the 12-yard line.
Yep.
I mean, this game is 10-7
10-7,
now.
yep.
And we're coming out with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter or fourth quarter.
10-7.
About to go down there and take the lead.
Not only that, but there was also in the first quarter, there was quite a few penalties. Quite a few penalties on Forest Lake that definitely hindered what we could do. Oh, Weston
across
Hoyt.
the middle. He's got Hoyt down to the Panther 40.
That was a great pass by Zeidler. And I believe
with that, Keegan Zeidler passes Sean Smith for the most passing yards in a season for Forest Lake High School, according to MN Football Hub. So
approximations only.
Congratulations to Keegan on the air quotes record on that one. Keegan out to throw again. Throws out to Weston behind him. Weston able to knock it down before a defender had a chance at it. That was thrown way behind him, and that's about all he could do was trying to all of a sudden switch to defense.
One thing that they've been doing is Lakeville has been heavy pursuing. Like, they've been pursuing super, super heavy. And I just would really like to see Patzer run out on a wheel route to the wide side of the field here. There's nobody out there. And, like, they just pursue it. Oh, and
Patzer drops the ball
Patzer
and is
drops
able
the
to
ball.
jump on it, but that's going to be a loss of 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 15. That was a handoff going out left on a sweep, and Patzer just straight up dropped it.
It was.
I don't know what happened there.
I think he was trying to switch arms on which arm he was going to carry it on, and then the defensive end just got his arm in while he was switching arms, and it almost hit the carpet.
Here we go. Big 3rd down here for the Rangers. 3 receivers right. Patzer or Saltness lines up behind Zeidler. Zeidler takes a snap, drops to throw. He finds Hoyt, who makes a move out to the 40-yard line, down the sideline, 30, and ball comes out. He picks it back up inside the 20.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
I don't know if they're
Rangers hold on to the ball for me once tonight.
I don't know if they're saying he went out of bounds. Roughing the passer.
So we get 15 on top of that? Or is it going to be half the distance to the goal?
I believe that is a result of the play, and then it should be half the distance to the goal if it's beneath the 30. I believe that's how that should work.
Penalty is declined by Forest Lake.
Okay, so it was an either-or penalty.
Yeah.
Either you take the play or you take the penalty.
Oh,
And
good run by Hoyt, finding some real estate up the sideline, but please hold on to that ball for me next time and not stress me out like that. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the game. Rangers with some time if they play their cards right, but they're going to have to score quick. Mm-hmm. 2 receivers to the left, 1st and 10, ball just inside the red zone on the 19. Zeidler takes a snap, looks to pass, throws, end zone. He's got a receiver.
He's got Johnson.
Touchdown, Rangers!
Johnson.
Touchdown, Rangers.
All right.
A beautiful ball dropped in at the front pylon. Johnson went up over his corner and pulled it in. Touchdown.
I don't know if you saw what was happening there, but the corner, the safety that was coming over, Weston Hoyt was also on that side, and Zeidler looked at him, and he saw that the safety was taken off with Weston Hoyt, and he threw Johnson open.
Yeah.
Like, it was a situation where Johnson had kind of broke off his route and stopped, but realized that nobody was behind him. And as he started to turn, Zeidler just threw him open and basically threw a nice touch pass to the corner where he could just go up and get it. And, I mean, that was an amazing play by Zeidler there just to throw him open.
So that will move Jake Johnson firmly by himself now into 3rd place when it comes to receptions in a season. Nice way to do it. Mm-hmm. A touchdown. But now we got to get the ball back. Get a big stop here.
Well, I mean, that also probably puts Johnson somewhere on the touchdown.
Now Weston scored one earlier on a pass, so those numbers both increased.
Right, they both increased, but they were both 1 and 2, so it still helps them.
Yeah. Yeah. Pull away from the competition.
Pull away from the competition. I mean, it's not bad if you had 4 touchdowns and your friend and teammate has 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And you're both leading the receptions in touchdowns.
All right, here we go. So we'll see what the Rangers do here. I mean,
I got to imagine Goodwin.
5 minutes is a little early for an onside kick. It looks like that's what Lakeville is anticipating. Rangers do not really have a hands team out there, from what I can see. Oh, no, never mind.
I mean, Goodwin's got a leg, and I might try and
Valentini is kicking it.
I almost like try and little pooch it down here on the 10-yard line.
Valentini kicks out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Needed to drive the tip of that ball into the ground a little harder.
I almost wanted to see him line up and then just try and drop it back on the 10.
Yeah.
Because there was nobody there, and it's really tough for the returner to get there.
No, I definitely agree with you. Kick out of bounds.
Also,
So it'd be
if they
five.
do recover it, they get a lot worse field position if you do it that way.
Yeah. So Lakeville now will come out and set up shop on the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The Rangers need a hope and a prayer here with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left if they want to come back and win this one. Lakeville turns, hands off, going left, bottled up, gain of 3, but the clock is going to start running, and it's not going to stop unless Forest Lake stops it themselves with a timeout or Lakeville passes incomplete for some reason, which I do not think they're going to do.
You know what? One thing I'm seeing out here, you remember when we were talking about the taunting? Howie Johnson and number 76?
Yeah.
It's still going on, and you know what? I'm going to say that freshman's got some fire in his belly.
Yeah.
Because he is not backing down.
Here we go, Lakeville, same formation, handoff, going left again. Gets to the edge, gains the first down, and runs out of bounds. Gain of 13 on the play.
I think Rendell left his feet a little bit early.
Yeah, Rendell had a great shot at him.
He was almost going to get in contain, and the thing is I think he just jumped at him, where if he just would have stayed on his feet and ran more towards the edge, he would have forced him out of bounds a little bit sooner there.
Lakeville comes out, same formation. I would be expecting a run going right to the wide side. Handoff going left,
And
runs right
hard.
into DeMonso. Is taken down. That'll be a gain of 1 on the play. Second down now. And 9. Clock still running. Just about 4 minutes left to go in the game.
DeMonso coming up and making a big stop with authority. It's weird that they keep running it to the short side of the field, though.
I mean, that's the side that's been working for them, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Now they'll probably run it wide side. 2nd down and 9. Receiver now checks over to the right side. They do run it right. Rangers able to tackle after a pickup of 1, and Brad calls a timeout for the Rangers.
3:31 left. 24-14. Panthers over the Rangers currently.
Dang it, dang it, dang it.
So what do you think here, Noah?
As to what?
Well, if you're Forest Lake, you got to expect that they're going to run some kind of play action here.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they're
run the defense the way that we've been running it, passing wise. Man, do they like to slam doors.
Yeah, they do.
Lakeville coaching staff heated up trying to get their 3rd win of the season. 3rd down and 7 to go.
Oh man, no. They tried to jump the snap count and jumped off sides.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So that will give them significantly
That's going to be a dagger right there.
better field position. They might be able to run the ball now. Trying to get an update on the scores from around the state right now.
All right, so looks like they got the I formation in.
Handoff going right. Maybe they were stopped short, but I'd bet that they're going to go for it.
It's going to be 4th
down.
and 1. I mean, you need to make a big stop here. Like, if they get a first down here, the game is over.
Yep.
100%. The game is over. If they get a first down here, it is 100% OVER.
Eden Prairie knocks off Stillwater.
Oh, wow.
So Stillwater will drop to 2 losses on the season. Holy cow, Lakeville South 77-0 over Hopkins. Edina 40-0 over Eastview. Wow. Okay.
Well,
Here we go. 4th and 1. Basically the game here.
4th and 1. This is the game. You can't run bend but don't break here. You got to send the house, and you got to hope you get them. I mean, it doesn't matter if they give up a touchdown here on this play or not. The only thing that matters is that they stop them. If they stop them, they have a chance to win. If they don't stop them, they're going to lose the game, and it doesn't matter if it goes for a touchdown anyways.
If I'm Lakeville, I think I do a play-action dagger piece right now.
I mean, it doesn't matter if they score or not. It's like you have to get in.
Here's your ball game. Hand off, going left, first down.
There it is. That first down is probably going to be able to let them take the clock all the way down to.
Rangers have a player down.
That's Howie Johnson again. He was hurt earlier. Looks like he's favoring his right leg.
I'll stop the clock with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. So it looks like the Rangers will end up going to 6-2
Right.
on the year.
Yep.
Same as Stillwater.
Same as Stillwater. Tops in the division.
We'll have to wait until Friday to find out our seeding for sections. I think we still have a good enough record that we should get a pretty good seeding set up and get a home game for that.
You're gonna get a home game there because like the sections are so weird that most teams get in.
All teams get at least one section game.
If
so
all teams get one
we'll
section games, we're
against
number 2. We're number 2 in the division, so we're definitely going to get a home field game.
Home field game against a team that is less than good.
Less than good, yes. Definitely less than good.
But this is where the Rangers need to shake this one off.
I mean, we've played 2 quality opponents here. Lakeville North's record doesn't exactly show, a huge, that they're a great team, but they have played.
Lakeville runs a QB sneak out to the outside. Hoyt able to stop him down at the 10, but that's going to be a first down.
But what I was saying is that Lakeville North has lost 2 games. Mm-hmm. And they've been against quality opponents.
No, Lakeville has
North
won 2 games.
Yeah. But like the teams that they've lost to
have been
you
quality
got Lakeville
teams,
South, I believe it was Farmington and Edina, I believe.
Well, let's go to it.
So they've had some quality opponents, and
Eastridge, Lakeville South, Rosemount, Prior Lake, Shakopee, Edina, Farmington, Forest Lake.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule.
Lakeville runs it up the middle for a touchdown.
Their schedule was, full of quality opponents, and hats off to Lakeville. They've been gracious hosts. Thank you very much. Especially thanks for the pizza in the booth. That was great.
Yeah. That was solid. Okay.
Who knew?
Lakeville will tack on this extra point.
All right.
Man,
so
I felt confident in half. It's
going to be
stinks. Just a little
30
bit.
to 14. It definitely was looking like it was going to be a better game at half, especially when it was 10 to 7. And yeah, I mean, the key to this was our defense was just on the field too long.
They couldn't stop the run, and our offense gave the ball up way too many times.
I mean, the first interception, like, we kind of recovered from that. The last fumble was a backbreaker. That was on the 12, and then they scored right away. That was you could just feel the hope deflate out of Forest Lake when they fumbled that ball there.
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely, without a doubt, the backbreaker. I mean, this is one thing that, you just got to shake this game off. I mean, it was a game where, you're playing against a team that maybe is not playing quite up to where his record should be and has played quality opponents. So, you're going to have to play tough, and you got to play tough every game. And Weston Hoyt picks the kick up at the 5, brings it out to the 10, and that's where the Rangers offense will come out and set up shop with 1 minute and 49 seconds left to play.
I don't know. I mean, I still think you're gonna try and run an offense here. But if you do, might as well chuck it deep.
I would say the same thing. 1st and 10 for the Rangers.
I don't always throw a pass with 1 minute and 49 seconds to go, but when I do, I chuck it deep.
Titterud in at receiver.
Ooh, we could have a little trickeration.
I
Here
think that's
it is.
what it is.
Little trickeration.
Titterud throws downfield. He's got a receiver down to the 50.
19 Jake. I mean, to Deeb. Is that Deeb? Mitch Long.
Mitch Long on the reception.
Mitch Long on a little hook and ladder.
Good gain there. Zeidler will rush the offense back out. Clock running under 1 minute and 36 now.
1:35 to go.
Hoyt goes in motion to the left side. Zeidler takes a snap, looks to pass, steps up, and is sacked.
Takes a sack. Yeah.
Well, fun at the end there.
The Rangers showing some life here. I would have liked to seen that in the third quarter.
Yeah. Two receivers left, one right. Zeidler takes a snap, drops to throw.
Wow,
free
look
rush
out.
off the right side. And Zeidler is sacked again. That end came unblocked. And now everything just falling apart, Rangers.
Man.
It's going to be 3rd and half a mile, ball back at the 41.
He
First
came
down on the
unblocked.
42.
Zeidler did not see him, and it's a good thing that he hung on to the ball.
Rangers look confused. Under 30 seconds to go here in the game. Zeidler
I think they're just going to...
sends Johnson in motion. High snap. Johnson on a delayed handoff to Patzer, who gets to the 40, 45, lowers his shoulder to the 50, and goes out of bounds. So the clock will stop with 13 seconds left.
Looks like it'll be 4th and about 12? 4th and about 12 with 13 seconds left. And, hey, Coach, if you got a play that you drew up on a napkin somewhere that you can score 17 points with, we could use it right now.
Absolutely, but I don't think that's going to happen. Zeidler takes the snap, drops the pass, rolls right, throws. He's got a receiver open, short arms it to Johnson. Incomplete, 8 seconds left. Lakeville will take over on downs, ball on the 50. They will down it, and the game will be over.
Yep, I mean... It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. These teams may not be done with each other.
True. I guess, again, it's
It,
all up to Friday at 10 o'clock. I think Friday at 10 o'clock on Care 11, or the YouTube, Care 11's YouTube, is Randy
10 a.m.
Shaver. 10 a.m. Randy
10
Shaver
a.m.
is
Randy Shaver with
releasing
releasing the playoff schedule.
the playoff brackets, yeah. So,
All right.
Rangers dropped this one in Lakeville. That'll take him to 6-2 on the year. Still one of the best seasons that we have seen out of Ranger football in a very long time. Nothing to hang your head at.
Absolutely not. I mean, it's been a great season, and it's been a heck of a ride here for new coach Brad Beeskow.
Yeah.
I mean, coming in, you just look at the difference of this team. Even tonight, they were down most of the game. They still stayed in it. Unfortunately, they made a couple of mistakes late. And the score doesn't 31-14. It doesn't exactly reflect how close the game was for most of the game.
A couple small plays taken back, a couple dumb turnovers taken back. This game is completely different.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was a great play by was a great play by a corner who jumped a route. I mean, he took it to the house. It was 45 yards. But that was the difference in the game for almost the whole game. And then we started to dig ourselves into a hole a little bit. We had some penalties. And then, we back ourselves up deep. We have some handoff issues a couple of times. And then, we turn the ball over and we give it to them on the 12. They go in and score and, right there, it's 14 points. 14 points. You take 14 points away, it's 17-14 game. And not only that, but it was just a huge backbreaker at those points. Like, those points that they scored off of those turnovers just really deflated the sails of the Forest Lake Rangers.
Yeah. Well, that is us as of now for the season, unless something else happens. It's been another great year announcing for you guys, and we hope to do it for many, many more.
We've had a lot of fun this season, and we hope this season announcing is not over. There is a possibility.
We will at least see you at the sections game.
Right.
We will be there for that. Won't miss it for the world. But
Absolutely. We'll be in the stands if we can't be announcing, but there might be a possibility.
Alrighty.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. I'm Joel Geist.
I'm Noah Casa.
And just remember, like and subscribe right below. And thank you very much to the Ranger fans out there, and also to Forest Lakes Area TV for allowing us to do this and cover each one of these great Ranger games. That's me.
See
Over
you
and out.
next season.
See you next season.
All right.
Or sooner.